She said it like she was stating the weather, casual and detached. "I'm going on a trip with my ex," she murmured, eyes glued to her phone as she scrolled. For a moment, I froze, her words hovering in the air like smoke curling from a candle. My mind raced, but my voice remained steady. "Don't worry," I said, slow and measured. "I won't be around." Her gaze shot up, a mixture of surprise and perhaps annoyance flashing briefly. "What do you mean?" she asked, a faint edge in her tone. I let her sit with it, offering nothing more. Silence, I had learned painfully, often spoke louder than any argument. My name is Daniel. For 5 years, my life had revolved around trust. Trust in my work, my instincts, and above all, trust in Lauren. She shared my apartment, my dinners, my late-night conversations, my dreams. Our life looked ordinary from the outside, but to me, it had been a carefully built sanctuary, until her words tore it apart like a storm. Lauren had always been meticulous about her friends, her history, and her past relationships. I never questioned her, never doubted her stories, her trips, the people she kept close. I trusted her. I trusted us. And yet, that trust, fragile and delicate, proved easier to shatter than I ever imagined. The ex wasn't just someone she'd met briefly. He had been a meaningful part of her life, occasionally mentioned with nostalgia that always tightened my jaw. And now she planned to go away with him. 5 days, she said. A vacation, just the two of them. And I was expected to remain indifferent, to smile, wave, and trust nothing would happen. I stared at the blank wall, the fridge humming, the clock ticking, my heart pounding beneath an unreadable face. In that moment, I understood something vital. She could announce anything, confess anything, and it would no longer bend me. I would not plead, not beg, not chase. I would let life reveal itself and be ready when it did. The following days were a strange mix of routine and quiet anticipation. Lauren moved through our apartment with her usual energy, humming softly, leaving traces of herself. A magazine on the couch, half-drunk coffee, a jacket tossed over a chair. I kept my distance, observing, measuring, waiting. Patience, I had learned, revealed more than confrontation ever could. Her phone buzzed constantly. Messages from him, laughing emojis, shared memories she repeated aloud when she thought I wasn't listening. I pretended not to notice, carrying on as though nothing had changed. Yet I cataloged every detail, the subtle smile, the lingering glance at her screen. She thought I was cold, detached, but I was silently calculating, preparing for the moment the truth would surface. On the day she left, she pressed a quick, perfunctory kiss to my lips. "I'll text you when I land," she said. I nodded, expression unreadable, letting the tension linger in her eyes. The silent question of whether I would care as she left. I had already answered it in my silence. The cab arrived, and she grabbed her bags, her phone glued to her hand. I watched from a window as she stepped outside. A wave of emotions hit. Disbelief, anger, something sharper, colder. It wasn't love tightening my chest. It was betrayal, the audacity of her casual confession, the unspoken challenge in her tone. I thought of all the nights we had shared, the conversations, the whispered promises, now seeming meaningless. But I reminded myself, every action has consequences. Every choice leaves a mark. While she believed she was embarking on a carefree trip, I knew the story was far from over. The world has a way of unveiling truths, and I would not be blindsided. As the taxi disappeared down the street, I exhaled, deliberate and measured. I would not follow. I would not intervene. I would watch. The truth always finds its way to the surface, and when it did, nothing could deny it. 2 days into her trip, the signs I expected began to appear. Photos, check-ins, casual posts, innocent on the surface, but revealing to me. The way he lingered in the background, the subtle intimacy in her captions, the slight shift in tone in our brief texts, it all spoke volumes. She thought she controlled the narrative, that I was unaware. That distance had dulled me. Control had never truly left my hands. Years of reading people, noticing cracks, interpreting unspoken truths had prepared me. Lauren, in her careless excitement, left a breadcrumb trail straight to reality. By the time she returned, I knew more than she could imagine. The laughter not meant for me, the late-night conversations she thought private, the hidden glimmers of intimacy. When she stepped off the plane, confident and smiling, expecting the usual welcome, she found me waiting, not with anger, not with accusation, but with calm clarity. Seeing me composed and unshaken made her falter. Her casual confidence from the past 5 days wavered. A flicker of apprehension crossed her eyes. She realized her carefully crafted world wasn't as private as she believed. Words were unnecessary. My steady presence spoke louder than any confrontation could. She tried to mask discomfort with a small smile, a feeble attempt at casual conversation. But I had already seen everything. In that moment, she understood the walls, the boundaries, the games, transparent. Betrayal, no matter how concealed, always leaves traces, and some truths once witnessed cannot be unseen or ignored. I walked past her, deliberate, calm, leaving her standing in the airport lobby to face her choices. The trip, the lies, the ex. It all culminated in this quiet reckoning. Stepping into the fading sunlight, I felt a strange clarity, a release. I had not begged. I had not chased. I had not reacted with fury or despair. I had simply waited, observed, and let the truth unfold. And sometimes, letting the world reveal itself is the most powerful action of all.